So here we are in our teacher train program in Selfoss, Iceland. We're going to clinic 3 postures that are in the sequence in the Bikram and the Barkan world. First is head to knee on the floor with stretching pose. So right leg out to the side. So you're in a 45-degree angle with the right leg and the left knee. Go a little bit wider. That would be too long, too wide, and just not, you won't move your body, just the leg over. We want to bring it back to 45 degrees. Now let's talk about the modifications. Sometimes the left knee could be an issue. So one thing you can do is just extend your left leg out like in a little bit of a split, like a little mini split. That would be one modification. And you reach over and you grab your foot, bend your knee up and interlace the fingers at the foot. Touch your head to the knee. That would be a modification. Bend the knee as much as you need to grab the foot, keep the leg out to the side. Before we continue on, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell. Any comments or questions you want to learn all about hot yoga, put your comment down below. I'm happy to get back to you. Another modification is to take that left foot and bring it all the way underneath the right thigh. So do that. It comes all the way on the other side of the thigh. Actually, why don't you switch legs and they can see it in the camera. But turn this way a little bit. Turn this way. Yeah. See how the foot's all the way on the other side of the thigh? Now you reach over and grab the toes, touch your forehead to the knee, and now slide the heel all the way out. Touch your forehead to the knee, though. So that foot comes underneath the thigh, takes all the pressure off the knee because it releases the hip. Now come back to the regular position, Grimmer. You can just keep the left leg out. Put your leg more this way. In the Barkan world, we do a little bit of a warm-up. We take the right hand and reach across and we grab the outside of the left foot. And the left hand comes behind onto the right hip. Touch the ear to the knee. And that leg is nice and straight. And once again, to modify, you can bend that knee up. So do that. Remember, bend the knee up and do it. And now grab the outside of the foot. Maybe that's as far as you can go. What's your next goal? 2 more centimeters, 2 more inches. That's it. Next centimeter out until eventually the leg is straight and the ear touches the knee. The second part, which is both in the Bikram Barkan world, is head to knee. Janu is knee, Shirsha is head. So Janu shirshasana, interlace the fingers, touch the forehead to the knee. Grimmer is doing the modification, which is bend the knee up so your forehead touches. Instead of just straighten your leg up, but don't move your head. Instead of doing that, bring your chin to your chest. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to bend your knee up so the forehead touches. Now bend your knee, touch your forehead to the knee. That's the modification. Don't straighten your leg if your forehead can't touch the knee, because now you're losing the concept of the rounding of the spine. Instead, we're going to slowly kick the leg out, 1 inch at a time, centimeter at a time, until the leg is completely straight. Go ahead. And the head touches the knee. Once the head's on the knee, now we're getting more to the amplification, to the advanced. The elbows drop down. Interlace your fingers. And eventually, you can drop your elbows more. The heel comes up, but flex the foot back towards you. Get those toes to come back. Final position. And there it is. Head to knee. Eventually, the heel comes off the ground at the advanced level, but the elbows pressing down onto the floor gives you a little more leverage to get the heel up off the floor. Chin to the chest, that's the Jalandhar Bandha that we're putting in place. You want to keep the round back, not straight, you want to keep the back rounded the whole time. And like I was saying today, it's like, go back and do the pose again, the full position all the way down, grab your toes or your elbows down. It's like standing head to knee on the floor. That's the same feeling you want to create. A lot of times people on standing head to knee, they have these straight backs, but here they round beautifully. You want to be rounding and standing head to knee the same way you're rounding and leg stretching. And this pose is just head to knee. Because we're not standing, obviously. This is Janu shirshasana, not Dandayamana, which is standing head to knee. But it's the same feeling. Now, Paschimottanasana, which means both legs out in front of you, which actually means westward facing. So think of the top of your head as the north, the feet the south, the front the east, the back the west. We're stretching the west, westward facing, or westward stretching. So, once again, to modify, bend your knees all the way up. You're going to take these 2 fingers, Slide it between the big toe and the one next to it, and make a fist with the rest of your hand. Now we're not rounding the spine. Now it's a flat back. Chin is up. And then now he's going to slowly begin to extend the legs out, a little bit at a time. You don't have to walk them. You can slide them, but it's hard to slide them on the mat. We'll say right there. Let's say that's as far as you can go. Griemer's next inch, or next 2 centimeters, would be 2 more centimeters out. That's it. Go ahead, and a little bit more. That's it. You got to give yourself that tangible goal. I say it on my videos all the time. Once again, a little bit more. You're pulling back on the toes. Get the little toes back towards you. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, until the legs are straight. Once the legs are straight, the elbows come down. Pulling back on the toes. Now, sometimes the little toes, like reamers, are going to come forward. You got to pull the little toes back. Yes. Do that again. Bring them forward again. Rochelle's going to do a zoom in. Now we're going to pull the toes back. Make sure that happens. I hope washcloths in the United States are the same as they are in Iceland. I don't know what she's going to bring me. Okay. Now, here's something we always did in the old days. If you're close to starting to stretch your head to your toes, or if your legs are straight, what you want to do is take a washcloth and put it right over your toes. You're going to grab the same way with the 2 fingers. Go ahead, 2-finger grip. Now you're not going to slip. We always did this at the advanced level. Because if you don't do this grip, you're just going to slip, especially if you're really sweaty. Here you're going to have a good solid grip. Now his elbows come down. Now he's pulling on his toes. Get those little toes back. And now bring your thumbs back. Try to touch your forehead to your thumbs. Keep your chin up a little bit. Chin up more. So now to give Griemer a tangible goal, the thumbs would come to the forehead. And eventually the thumbs, the knuckles of the thumbs. And eventually the final position, head to the toes. Full position, your head touches the toes. Paschimottanasana, westward facing, or stretching pose. There it is. Okay. You guys should be doing this too. From now on, I'm going to see you using a washcloth. Next pose is Ardha Matsyendrasana, or half a lord of the fish's pose, or spine twist. So, we're going to bring the right leg underneath you. Point the knee this way. Point your knee this way. And we're going to bring the left foot over so that the heel and the knee touch. Let's actually swap your legs so they can see it on the other side. One of the biggest mistakes people make, probably the biggest correction that I make, is this foot here is too far back that way. Bring that foot back. When that foot is that far back, then they take the left arm over the top of the knee, they can't get the bottom knee. They struggle to get the bottom knee. When all they have to do is bring that foot forward, all the way up to the front of the knee, to get this shin as vertical as they can. Now they bring the arm all the way over, and now they can grab the knee. So we have the knee, the ankle, or the heel, and the hand all touching. Make sure to bring that foot forward so you get that knee vertical, horizontal, or not horizontal, vertical. Well, let's rewind and go back to the modification. Here's the first very extreme modification for spine twist. I just want you to fold your legs underneath you. That's what we call in the advanced class Sirsasana. Just fold your legs. This is called Sirsasana. Now you take your right hand on your left knee over, your left hand behind, on the floor, and twist. Simple. Almost everybody can do this. Really tight people are going to have to do this. And then switch it other side, left hand on the knee, twist to the right. That's the extreme modification. Next modification is you can take your left leg, bring it straight out in front, bring your right foot over, left arm over the top, and you can bend the elbow and twist, which is switch legs so they can see it from the other angle. Oh, there it is. Next modification. Another modification, Let's just stay where you are now. Bring that right leg underneath you. Heel comes over. And let's say the heel is all the way forward, all the way forward. They bring their arm over and they still can't get the knee. It's out of reach. Then you can bend your elbow up. Bring your left hand behind you. Twist to the left. Push back with that right elbow against the knee, or the thigh actually, to the right. Modification. Or if you had a towel, you could reach down and grab the towel. So grab your mat for now. Grab that mat. Yeah, if you had a towel, you could do that. And now twist to the left. You have a little bit of leverage that way. But ideally, if you can grab the knee, the key, get that foot over again. No, bring the foot forward. Yeah. The key, however, is to get this arm all the way over and this way. So the wrist comes on the other side so that the shin and the forearm are parallel. You don't want the hand on this side. Again, big modification or correction that I make in class. Get the hand on this side so that the shin and the forearm are parallel. If you look at this picture, you can see the full position where the foot is way back, but the hand is all the way around the other side. You got to get the hand around the other side. And now he brings his hand on his right hip, palm outward facing. Turn the palm the other way. But let's switch legs so they can see it from the other side. So right hand behind, palm outward facing. As we twist to the right, we're pushing back to the left. So we have that opposite direction taking place. The spine is nice and straight. Make sure, this is another big correction that I make in class, bring your hand on the ground for a second and lean that way. Don't, make sure you're not leaning to the right. You want to get your spine as vertical as you can. I'll bring your hand back again. Good. So you're twisting right, pushing back left. Now switch your legs again. Another image you want to think about is keeping your hips square. And as you keep your hips square, now bring your right arm over top, hold the bottom knee. As you keep your hips square, you're twisting over. So if I ever came along here and hold his hip down, and now have him twist, all of a sudden, he feels a really great stretch taking place because I'm holding his hip down in the position where it needs to be, right? It feels better, doesn't it? It does. So that's what you have to do. You got to keep that left hip on the ground. As you twist left, pushing back right, get that opposite direction happening. And we do this at the end because we're almost like a washcloth. We're wringing dry. We're twisting all the tension out of the spine. It's an absolute amazing pose. So, look at the camera and smile, Dreamer. That's our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell. Any questions or comments on this post, because it's a tough one, put them down below. I'm happy to get back to you. And we'll see you in the next video.